So when I saw that Amazon was finally shipping out my Marvel Knights Mindless One wave, all I could say was one thing: Sweet Christmas. Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures, bringing you another action figure review. Tonight, taking a closer look at the Marvel Legends Mindless One Marvel Knights Luke Cage Power Man. Whew, that was a mouthful to get out, everybody. I'm pretty pumped about this wave. I really wanted the Mindless One. We recently reviewed the Fist Ninja. If you want to check that out, please do so. But I'll be honest, this is not one of the figures in this wave that I was the most excited for. Honestly, my Luke Cage, right, wrong, or indifferent, is the Brian Michael Bendis era, where he's wearing the yellow t-shirt with the goatee. I really like that version of him a lot, which was, again, used primarily in the New Avengers and other Brian Michael Bendis comics. This version is fine. However, I just never really had a strong connection to the tiara wearing Luke Cage Power Man. It looks really awesome. Looking forward to getting it out of the box. But again, just being honest ahead of time, not the one I'm looking for. Hopefully we get a new version of that Luke Cage in the yellow t-shirt, the more modern version, on a newer buck. I would definitely buy that for my collection, for my New Avengers shelf. So basically what we'll do here, everybody, is we will do what we always do in these videos. We'll take a closer look at the packaging. We will bust him out of the packaging. We will then take a closer look at the figure itself, see how it looks, move it around a little bit, and then do my favorite thing for all these videos, which is compared to other figures for Marvel Legends and other different figure lines that I have in my collection. So I yet again have to mention, so happy to have back the window packaging. It just makes it look so much freaking better. The sides, you get a pretty cool artistic rendering right there of this version of Luke Cage. Name, Marvel Knights, also on the front. On the top, Luke Cage symbol. On the back, we do get the write-up, which does read, having accidentally gained superhuman strength and bulletproof skin from a science experiment, Luke Cage becomes a hero for hire known as Power Man. So hopefully we're getting his teammate in the Heroes for Hire pretty soon in a classic version. And also you can see here, there is the cross-sell. To build the Mindless One, you need 6 figures: Iron Man, Blade, Lady Bullseye, Luke Cage Power Man, the Fist Ninja, and Clea. We already reviewed the Fist Ninja. We're looking at Luke Cage tonight. Clea's on its way. Blade, I don't know when I'm going to get it, but we might still do reviews for Iron Man and also Lady Bullseye. And here is our Luke Cage Power Man from the Mindless One Build-A-Figure wave, out of the packaging with everything that he comes with, which isn't that much. We do get the Build-A-Figure leg, which goes with the Mindless One. Very excited to be building him hopefully soon. We do get 2 alternate hands that are open hands. Other than that, that's all we get with Luke Cage as far as accessories go. So taking a closer look at Luke Cage Power Man, head sculpt looks really great. It looks really cool. I'm digging it. I like the way they did the hair. Nice texture going on right there. You can see it does have the tiara going around. This is a separate piece that is not molded on. I believe it's just put on there. So you can see it kind of does move. So eyebrows, facial expression came out pretty good. He's obviously jacked, which you're going to want with a Luke Cage figure. I do like the shirt, kind of the throwback. I guess it's the 70s shirt, right? With the kind of collar going on right there. Before I forget to mention, it is a pinless figure. You can see pinless arms, no pins on me. Pinless legs, no pins down here. The boots came out good with that flap on the bottom part of the boot. I really do like how basically the color here does match with both of the wristlets and also the chain. This is not molded. This is a separate piece that could be moved as you care to kind of move it around up and down. Back of the figure, again, lots of folds going on here in the shirt, which would be pretty accurate for a shirt like that, I would think. On the back, some more folds here in the legs. But again, overall, looking great. Again, if this is your version of Luke Cage you really enjoy, they knocked it out of the park. It looks really, really good. But as I said, it's just not... the comics I read the most were the more updated kind of Brian Michael Bendis version of the New Avengers Luke Cage, but not taking anything away from this character or this figure, because it does look really, really good. And just jumping right into articulation, the head will go all the way around, although in the back here, it does bump the collar. It will look down pretty far, actually. It will look up a decent amount right there for a larger character. You do get very little to no attitude or pivot. A little bit, it feels like, more than, I would get a little more than that, but we don't get too much. Shoulder will rotate all the way around. It will go up actually very far, past 90. Here's the down part, though. Check that out. You do get, like, the skin tone underneath, so the shirt's not actually connected. I guess if it was, it would probably screw up the articulation right there. Upper bicep swivel right there. Again, pinless, double-jointed elbow, a little bit tight right there. We can get it to go. There we go. So, again, looking good on the elbow. Looks okay. Not terrible right there with the elbow articulation. As far as the hand goes, it will rotate all the way around, and it is on a horizontal hinge, left and right, as you can see right there. As far as the legs, it will kick forward about that high. It will kick back a little bit to give him a walking pose. We have the upper thigh cut, very smooth upper thigh cut. Pinless double-jointed knee right there, about as far as that's going to go. It looks like you would have a boot cut. There is no boot cut with this guy. So they did not give us a boot cut down here. That does not want to go anywhere. Foot will go down very far. Foot will go up relatively far as well. It's on a rocker right there. This is where it gets a little bit weird. There's not a torso cut up here. So you actually get most of your articulation down here in the waist. So it will rotate, around this way. He will rotate this way to the sides and such, but you're not going to get a whole lot of forward out of him, out of the upper section. And again, I don't know a whole lot about this articulation scheme. Feel free to let me know in the comments, but I really don't like the fact that that's about as far as he's going forward on that waist and about that far back as well. So I guess, again, they could have given us a cut here, but I'm guessing it would have screwed up how it worked with the shirt. But again, overall, as far as articulation, splits, actually really far out for a big guy on the split right there. So again, articulation, it's not terrible. I mean, for a big guy, for me, if I do keep this, I'll just sit on my shelf anyway. So he's just got to look imposing and cool. But again, you're not going to get a whole lot of crazy articulation out of this guy, just the way he was kind of built. But again, for my purposes, if I decide to keep him in the collection, it'll be good enough. Here is Luke Cage compared to the only other figure that I've opened so far in this wave, which is the Marvel Legends Fist Ninja. So you can see how they scale together. Luke being significantly taller. Here is Power Man with his MCU or Netflix counterpart, Luke Cage. And again, they definitely took the version that I'm much more a fan of from the Bendis comic books, obviously into play for the way they did have the character portrayed on the Netflix series. Will we be getting him back in the MCU? I don't know. Obviously, we're getting back our Daredevil, our Kingpin. We're getting back quite a few of those characters and actors and actresses. Will we see him reprise the role? I thought he was pretty good at it. But again, this is a video about Netflix. It's about Power Man, who's right here. Here is our Luke Cage Power Man as compared to some other street-level heroes or anti-heroes. Frank Castle, the Punisher, the Walgreens exclusive. To me, is still probably the best Punisher, at least in my collection. And also the Daredevil from the Hasbro Pulse exclusive 3-pack. So these guys could definitely be prowling the streets together, taking out some bad guys. Here is Power Man as compared to two other street-level heroes. Here is the Moon Knight that came with the Spider-Man movie wave from what feels like back in the day now, although it wasn't that long ago. And also the retro-carded black suit Peter Parker Spider-Man, which, again, I keep harking on it, but the Luke Cage I really want the most was a team member of the New Avengers with the black suit Spider-Man for a while. So here's how he scales. And for comparison to some other Hasbro lines, just outside of the Marvel Legends category, here is our Shipwreck from G.I. Joe Classified series, and also our Indiana Jones Club Obi-Wan version that was our Target exclusive from the Indiana Jones Adventure series. And he does stand relatively tall compared to the two of them, so they definitely picked a good buck to make him large and in charge. For some non-Hasbro related comparisons, here is the Mezco Toys John Constantine, as well as the NECA Ultimate Elf figure. And here is Luke Cage Power Man as compared to a DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys big mother fragger himself, Lobo, and also the Jazzwares Toys Super Mario Brothers Mario from the recent movie toy series. And last, and as everybody loves to say, certainly not least, here is the Marvel Legends Mindless One Marvel Knights Power Man Luke Cage, staring down the AEW Unrivaled Orange Cassidy. And you know what? These guys look like they can go out there and raise some hell on the town. Got a lot of style to them. I got a tiara, got some glasses, got some denim, got a nice shirt. See them all give it hell. What the hell? All right, so closing thoughts on the Marvel Legends Mindless one, Marvel Knights, Power Man Luke Cage figure. He's okay. You know, again, if this is a version of the character you really enjoy, that traditional look, that throwback Luke Cage, this will look great on your shelf. You know, he's a relatively large figure. He's freaking ripped. They did a nice job with the hair sculpt. The face looks great. His fists can even touch in the middle. I was going to say I wanted butterfly joints, but seeing that works out pretty cool. I like the chain belt. You know, so overall, it's okay. Articulation, again, I'm sure there's reasons why they did what they did up top. Not a big fan of how you can see the change in color underneath the arms. And again, some sort of torso up top here for articulation would have been great, but I'm sure there's a reason they didn't do that. But overall, again, for a character, I wasn't too thrilled with the character. The figure is actually pretty cool, pretty well done. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 5,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube will actually notify you and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, but most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.